We'll let some people join in. I'll join over here with the comments and then we'll get started. Where are we here? Okay. So I should be able to read all your comments here on the laptop. We got the camera set up. This is our temporary setup for now until we get situated. So I'll let some people roll in here first, and then we'll get moving. Let me turn that. I guess I'll leave it. I was gonna say I'll turn it down a little bit because that thing is bright as heck. But I think we're good. I think we'll be all right. Okay. So feel free to drop a comment. I'll kind of let some people join in here, and then we'll talk about what we got going on. There is this week is huge. Just so much going on this week, you guys. All positive at this point. So I'd like to keep that momentum rolling for sure, because it's been a struggle for the last month or so with just all, just everything, just trying to, work remotely and not having a place lined up, and then having a place lined up, and then the whole thing kind of falling apart, which I'll explain a little bit too as well if you guys are interested in that stuff. And also we've got a lot of exciting news. You guys already know we have the RAM and stuff, the new project, so tons of stuff going on. So let me know you guys can hear me okay and everything, and then we will continue. So I'll do my best to swear whenever I touch the keyboard or everything, that starts shaking a little bit, so I don't want to keep making the keyboard or make that whole camera setup shake for you guys, because that'll get a little annoying. Kyle says, should I build a Hellcat or build up the 4.7? I messaged you a few times on Instagram. Yeah, I'm going to be actually setting up something here. Once I get situated with the new house and stuff and all that, and new address and everything that goes along with that, I'm going to be setting up a little bit more official stuff. Unfortunately, whatever you want to call it, this is the best place to ask me questions live. Other than that, I'm going to be setting up, not to sound big-headed or anything, but you guys got to understand that at this point, we're pretty much at 100,000 subscribers. I get a ton of questions from all sorts of people. Can you build me this? Can you build me a Hellcat this? Can you Hellcat swap my fill in the blank? Hey, I have a 5.9. What's the best mods? Hey, I have the Magnum. Hey, what can I do with this? And that's all good, but at the end of the day, I can't. This is my living. This is my livelihood. So, one way you guys can support me is you can see Joseph here in the comments. He's a paid member, so that's one way of supporting me, and I'm more likely to get to your comments. But I'm going to be offering a service pretty soon here where you can pay me to do a video response. I've mentioned this before. I've only mentioned it in lives. I haven't done an actual official video on it, so I might actually make a video announcing this. But I'm going to be offering a service where you guys can send me your question, send pictures of your build, whatever, and I'll make a detailed video response to you guys. So it's going to be a service I'm going to be doing, but the reason why I'm telling you all this is I just get pounded with way too many questions on a daily basis to get to everybody. And at the end of the day, I have to focus on the builds and the projects and stuff, because this is literally my job. So yeah, that's kind of how it goes. But as far as the lives, this is somebody's getting pulled over. As far as the lives, this is your opportunity to ask me any questions, and I get to as many as I can. So should you build a Hellcat or build up the 4.7? Those are two completely different platforms for sure. Obviously, a Hellcat swap is going to make way more power than the 4.7 ever probably would. And the 4.7, there's not that many parts. That's the other big problem that a lot of guys run into with trying to do a 4.7 build, is there's not a whole lot of availability with the 4.7. So, and also depends on your budget. Depends on your goals, your budget. If you're trying to go super high horsepower though, definitely Hellcat's the way to go. Mr. Torres, what's up, John? Hopefully everything goes through with this house. Yeah, thanks, brother. This house, I'm actually, and this is probably like a key indicator that I'm on the right path, is I'm actually excited about this house. This house has everything that I need and want in that place. The last place was a project. It didn't have a shop. Would have had to build the shop. I was running into all sorts of complications with, that property. There's restrictions on the property on where you could build. The septic was on the same side in the area that I wanted to build a shop. It just, one thing after another, just red flag after red flag after red flag. And then the realtor I was using was, hanging up the phone on me and being rude, and it was just not a pleasant experience. This experience, on the other hand, is the one I'm going through right now. It's smooth, it's seamless. The realtor is great. She answers all my questions. Very friendly, like professional. It's just everything that could go right is going right right now. So, and the house, I'll probably show you guys at some point. Obviously, I'll show you guys when I finally get it, but the house is awesome, you guys. So the house isn't like the last one. Like, this one's already, done up inside. I don't have to deal with, renovating really. It's already been renovated and it's already looks amazing inside. So I'm perfectly fine with just moving into this house and not having to deal with that. That's just one more thing off my list of things that I would have to do, right? So I'm only one guy, but if I bought a house that was a project house and then I still have to build a shop, like that's another factor. And just the list goes on. Whereas this one, I can move in. The house is, already really nice inside. So I don't have to do any, remodeling of the house and stuff on the weekends or my time off from this. So that's good to go. And then obviously the important part for us and you guys with the channel is it already has a massive shop on it. So in addition to a oversized 2-car garage attached to the house. So the 2-car garage is there right now. The guy that's currently living there, he's got a full-size pickup truck, looks like a crew cab, and it fits no problem. He can walk around both sides of his truck. I checked all that, so lots of room in the main garage, and even like on the side, like width-wise, like it looks like you could open the doors no problem and have cabinets on the side. You can walk around the cars. Like some 2-car garages, you pull 2 vehicles in and you can't even like open the doors without having like walk sideways like you're pinned against the wall or something. But this one, tons of room in the main 2-car garage. And then the big part is it's on, I believe it's over an acre, but it's a nice fair sized lot. It's close to Tampa, so it's going to be close to the Freedom Factory. I think Bradenton Motorsports Park is like less than an hour away, like maybe 45, 50 minutes, something like that. So I'll be close to everything, also be close to Orlando. And the shop is 30 by 50 feet long, and it's, I think the uprights he said were 15 feet high. So 15 feet or 15-foot walls before it goes into the peak, which is 18 feet. So this thing is huge, you guys. So plenty of room for a lift. We can put 2-post lifts in there, 4-post lifts, everything. So I'm super excited for it, and everything's already, like, the driveway is already all paved and everything. I don't have to worry about like driving across dirt or anything like that. It's on paved road, so when we take certain vehicles out, like the Viper or something like that, like we're not gonna have to go off-roading or anything. Which that was the other thing when I was looking way out in the country, is you'd find houses that were really nice out in the country, but then they were on like a dirt road, and then I'm not trying to like trailer all my cars somewhere when there's like an event or something I want to go to. So yeah, lots of good positive stuff going on. And then obviously you guys know we got the Ram, or I guess I'll keep talking about that property. And the other thing that's cool about that property is there's room around the shop to park my trailer. You could honestly like build another shop next to that shop. Like, it's huge. Plus the cool thing is if we get like a different project car that we don't care about like immediately, we can park it outside. I could probably put like some carports and stuff. Like, there's tons of room to do all that. My trailer, I also kind of wanted to get like an open deck trailer, just so that if I want to go pick up a car or something, if we find a car cheap on a budget somewhere, I can go get it, just use an open deck, so I'm not towing the big 24-foot enclosed box behind me. The open deck trailer would be a lot easier to tow with. So lots of cool stuff. One other thing I was thinking of too is getting like a storage container or a shipping container, and I could honestly fit that on the property too. So that way we keep our new shop all clean, organized and tidy, and then like spare parts and all that stuff, we can keep it in the storage container or shipping container. So I'm super excited and happy, and I think that's part of the thing too. because my sister actually asked me, like, before I was gonna go to Arizona to get the other house, she was like, "Oh, are you excited for your house? Like, you finally, after whatever it is, 3-4 months, like, you're finally getting a house." This was like days before I was supposed to go out there to actually get the house. She's like, "Are you excited?" And I was like, "Honestly, no." She's like, "Well, what do you mean? That's not good." And I was like, "I don't know. I just wasn't excited with everything going on with the real estate agents, to the way it was handled, to just all the problems that were kept popping up, all the red flags, and then like I've mentioned in a few videos, like it depends what you believe in, but all the red flags that popped up, the agent wasn't friendly or helpful whatsoever, and the oddest thing, just the timing. My truck, the Eco Diesel, as you know, was like breaking down when I was supposed to drive all the way out there. Like the rear axle ended up failing on it, so it was just way too many red flags going on with that. And then ultimately the septic ended up being like catastrophically broken, where they were going to have to excavate the whole thing because there were like tree roots growing all through it and all sorts of weird stuff. So anyways, that deal fell apart, and probably, I guess it would have been like a week later, this property just fell into my lap. It's not out in the boonies. It has a shop. The house is already nice. We'll be close to, big places where a lot of events are obviously going down, Bradenton Motorsports Park, all the other YouTubers that are out here in Florida. So I'm pretty happy about it. So that's the property, and then now we have the project truck, which also was complete fluke. I was just randomly looking on Facebook Marketplace when I was in Dallas, and the blue Ram single cab showed up, and I thought the price was too good to be true. I thought, oh, maybe it's a rebuilt title or something or whatever. I look at it, it's clean title, it's only got 47,000 miles on it, and the price was, in my opinion, really good. I know it's a base model truck, but where are you going to find a 2014 truck that hasn't been like molested or a million miles on it? Like, it only has 47K on it, which is crazy for that year-old truck. Like, it's an 8-year-old truck with 47,000 miles on it. That's nuts. So I couldn't pass that up. I scrambled to get everything together, shot down to Houston, got the truck, and now we have that. So it's pretty cool. Like, we got our new project truck. The house should be here in a few weeks or a month. So keep your fingers crossed for me, guys. It's going a good direction finally. So I think if you guys don't know, also the Hellcat Swap Dakota has been getting shared like crazy lately. So everybody keeps sending me like Google, that has been popping up in their Google feed. There's all sorts of articles. Carscoops.com, another one called Motorious, I think it's called. They made an article, and all sorts of different places. Yahoo reposted all these articles. So we've been getting a ton of new people come to the channel, which is good too. Like, we went from like 97,000 like last week to now we're pretty much at 100K. We're gonna hit 100K this weekend. So not sure what I'm gonna do to celebrate that. I mean, I think pretty much us getting the new project truck is pretty much the celebration of that 100K. I just didn't expect it to happen this fast, and the timing was right that I picked up the vehicle. I guess I probably could have teased you guys and hung on to the Ram 1500 for a few more days to announce that build for 100K, but honestly, I was too excited. I had to share it with you guys, so I wasn't holding back on that. Let's try to get to some of your comments. Kyle, I would like your help getting badges for mine, though. Could you help? Not sure what you mean. I don't know if you're talking about like custom Hellcat badges or what you mean. Your light mod for map lights still working? Mine started going out a week after install. Yeah, mine are still working on the map lights, so no issues there. The only thing, you know what it might be? Double check on the map lights. It is what it is, unless you want to go in there and solder. But those little prongs, the little tabs that stick out, that go into the 194 outlet, like that little spade, double check that they're making good contact, because I know sometimes they might not make good contact, and if you're driving down the road, it could vibrate and it could lose connection. So other than that, maybe maybe not a good set of LEDs, which you guys gotta remember, those LEDs are like $6 or $10 for like a pack of whatever. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go out, right? But let us know. Rude Mopar dude, what's up? Good evening, brother. What's up, Rude Mopar dude? I like your name. Richard says, all good here. All right, good. Joseph says, oh snap, Polk County, Lakeland maybe. Oh, yeah, I guess, sorry, I jumped ahead a little bit. But yeah, I think it's Polk County. Yeah, it's around there for sure, Joseph. Oh, I jumped way ahead in the comments. Let me try to get through everybody's as much as I can. That's what I like to do on these lives. So Joseph said, what's up? I can't wait to see the new project started. Or, hope you get your your place squared away. Yeah, so I hope so. Pool invite, I'll be in the tequila. It doesn't have a pool. That's the only thing it doesn't have, you guys, is the pool. But honestly, the pool is just a luxury. The priority for us is the shop. So there's definitely enough space on this place to put a pool, but it's one less thing I guess I have to maintain, right? Or maybe you're talking about the one behind me. I'm at my sister's place right now, so this is her pool. Kyle says, I have no 5 Dakota. I just bought no rust. I want a few tips, man. Not asking you to build me anything. Okay. Did you build the 6.2 truck Ram? Well, that's the project. I think that's what you mean. Did I build the 6.2 truck? Not sure exactly what your question is, but that's the plan that we have for this new blue Ram 1500 single cab. So we're going to be doing the Hellcat swap on it with the 6.2, but not sure exactly your question. If you're talking about the other videos, like where there was the TRX from the other day, I didn't build that truck. That's Matt's truck from Mo's Performance. Kyle says, that would be awesome. Definitely interested in that. Did you get badges custom made? Thank you. Yeah, so all the badging on the Hellcat is built by yours truly, or designed by yours truly. I came up with all that stuff. So Clay says, where's the best place to buy a wrecked Hellcat? How much am I looking to spend? Well, if you guys, I actually made a video on how much it cost me, and I should remember this, but I clearly don't. I'm pretty sure I paid like 17 something and some change for the Hellcat swap. I made a video of it on our backup channel, Boosted Motorsports 2. But I got that in the fall of 2020, right before all these this crazy pricing hike started coming. So everything's gone up in price, because what I ended up doing was I went to a salvage yard. They had a wrecked Hellcat, and that's the other thing that kind of annoys me too, is there's a lot of people that watch like the Dakota video and they make like dumbass comments saying like, oh, that's where all like the stolen Hellcats are going. And meanwhile, like we have videos of us literally going to a wrecking yard and buying a wrecked Charger Hellcat that was clearly in an insurance auction, and that's where we got all of our parts. But just kind of annoying when I see that kind of stuff. But yeah, clearly they didn't watch the build and see us go and get that. Somebody's screaming. But yeah, as far as pricing, it's definitely gone up. I don't know what you would expect to pay for something similar. I know you can buy like just the engine for around like $13,000-$14,000 usually. But I mean, then you're going to be trying to get something with the transmission, and you really truly need all the electronics, or figure out the electronics and all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure it was like 17, it was either 17 or 19,000. And it was pretty much, the guy asked me at the wrecking yard, do you want the whole car? Because we're going to scrap the chassis. And I said, no, I don't really need a total Hellcat chassis. Just give me everything from the car without the car. And at the time, that was the price. So they took everything out for me. And they took a couple small things. They took like the trunk and like the front end, the headlights, and all stuff we didn't need. And then they gave me the rest of the parts out of it. Thunderstruck said, what's up, brother? Good to see you back in Florida. Where did you find the house at, and does it have a shop? So I think I'm probably just catching up to you guys in the comments. So it's near Tampa, which is going to be good because it's close to like Freedom Factory and Bradenton Motorsports Park, which we'll be able to go and test out our stuff. Dale says, hey, from Peterborough, will you keep the 40/20/40 seat, or will you go with sport type buckets? I want a 2014 to 15 Express, and doing sort of what you're doing. I need 3 seats, so maybe kayak. I don't know what that means. But yeah, as far as that, what I wanted to do is I want to put Hellcat seats in it. So everybody asked me about the Dakota, how come, why don't you put Hellcat seats? Put Hellcat seats. The problem with the Dakota is that single cab is so tiny that you need a seat that has a thin seat back. If you look at the Dakota seats, they're like this, or maybe like 3-4 inches thick. If you look at a Hellcat seat or the newer Rams or pretty much any of the newer Mopars, the seat's like probably like 8 inches thick. I don't know exactly the reason. Part of it's because it's got big bolsters on it. Another part of it's, I don't know, maybe there's some sort of foam in there. But I think the biggest part of that is there's an airbag inside of the seat. And that airbag is, about this big. So I think that's why there's the thickness of the seat. But the nice part about having that Ram is it already has, that 6 to 8 inch seat back. And so does the Hellcat seat. So I'm going to retrofit somehow or some way. I might have to make custom brackets, but I'm going to put Hellcat seats where it's going to say SRT with the Hellcat logo on the seat back. I'm going to get those seats and I'm going to put them into our Ram. So it should be pretty cool, but that's the plan. And then I'll see, I'll have to get like a center console and stuff like that. So probably end up switching it to I think I'll probably end up switching it to a 2-seater. Get rid of the jump seat in the middle, but at least at minimum I'm going to do the 2 Hellcat seats. That's what I want to do. Oh, he meant cat skin, not kayak. Yeah, I'm probably, like I said, that's the route I'm going to go. I know a lot of guys do the cat skin stuff and it looks pretty good, but I'm going to try to switch up the seats. Ben says, hey John, how's it going? Also, isn't it Friday? Oh, it is Friday. There you go. My days are all messed up. That's too funny. I completely messed up on that. Yeah, my days are just a blur, you guys. Like, I'm running on not a whole lot of sleep because I just drove all the way from Texas to here. So, definitely my bad on the title, but hopefully you guys got a kick out of that. Fernando says, can you Hellcat swap my Ram 1500? I don't know. I might offer that once I kind of get through mine. Obviously, everybody wants to see my truck. I might offer it on the side. Other thing is, I know people might get mad about me saying this without even getting into everything, but I may or may not end up selling that Ram after we're done building it, done having more fun with it. I might use that as a way to fund the channel further. So rather than me keep that truck and then build one on the side and try to charge somebody to build it, I could use it to build the truck, sell it, take all that money, and then put it back into another project. So the Dakota, probably not so much likely because that one was just way too much work. So much customization and just custom brackets and all that, whereas this, for the most part, it's going to be pretty plug and play, so I don't think this swap is going to be that hard or take us that long. So I might end up, we'll see how the channel goes. If you guys are absolutely in love with the Hellcat swap Ram and we don't have another project that we have in mind down the road later this year or at the end of this year, then we'll keep the Hellcat swap Ram. But my idea is it's a clean title truck, a low mile truck. If I put a Hellcat swap in it, it'd probably be worth a pretty penny. And I could probably cash out and then we could reinvest in another cool project, but we'll see when the time comes. Christian says, my Ram has a cylinder 1 misfire. What can it be? It's usually not good when it has a misfire. Hopefully it's not the cam, but a lot of times when you start getting misfire codes, it unfortunately is like a failed lifter and cam. So one way some guys will do or check that, I guess it's a little bit harder, but they'll actually take the valve cover off and they'll turn it over and they'll look at all the rockers. So if you get somebody to crank it over, maybe pull your fuel pump fuse and let it die so that it doesn't continue running, but they'll pull the valve cover, they'll get a buddy to hit the key to try to start it, and they'll look at the rockers and see if the cylinder 1 isn't lifting as high or pressing down as far. So I've heard of that as an easy way to diagnose if your cam or lifter failed. Can you swap my Hellcat? Oh, I think I already read that. Nope, maybe not. Dill says, any tips on moving to the US? Ontario blows. I don't have employee sponsor and my wife might not let me marry someone. How did you do the whole thing? Yeah, it's definitely not easy to get down here. So I ended up, like, you have to, like, to come to the US, you have to, they want to see that you're bringing some value. They don't want just people dumping into the country. As contrary as it is to everything that you see on TV or hear on TV, but the letting people in, it's actually pretty hard. At least from coming from Canada. The border to the south, I've heard of, you saw people running across the border, but I swear the border from Canada and coming down from there is a lot harder. But yeah, to come to the U.S., you have to they pretty much at the end of the day they're like asking you what kind of value do you add to coming here or immigrating. So other than the marriage thing, I guess can't technically not adding. Well, I don't know if I should say that, but technically if you get married to somebody, you're not bringing value here. You're just marrying somebody. But if you're not marrying somebody, then you have to pretty much be bringing value. Either you're buying a business down here or opening a business here, so you're bringing a bunch of money with you. You have some sort of skill set, or knowledge skill set or work experience where you're like highly valued and highly skilled, and you get a work visa based on that. Those are the two main things. So yeah, I don't want to get derailed too much down that path on an automotive channel, but that's pretty much the two ways: is either marriage, family, or if you, like I said, you have some sort of tech background. Like you could go to college and get 8 years work experience in some sort of oil field type thing, which my buddy actually did. That's one way of getting in. Or you went to university, you have a bachelor's or some highly skilled degree. You get hired by a company and you come in. So, but not trying to say this is what you are, but for example, if there's somebody that works at McDonald's in Canada and they want to move down here and work at McDonald's in the US, flipping burgers, they just won't grant that type of thing. You have to be some sort of high skill or high value thing to come in. So yeah, that's how that goes. Let me jump to this for a second because somebody just gave a super chat. Frankie, thank you for the $5. Will you be going to the YouTubers Big Showdown 3 April 9th at the Texas Motorplex in Dallas? I might be able to. I'm just trying to think of timeline, because I'm supposed to get, if everything goes smoothly with the house, I'm supposed to get the keys at the beginning of the month, I believe. So I'll be going back and forth from Florida to Texas to pick up all my stuff. So I might be able to actually make that work. I don't know what I would bring to compete is the only thing. Like I said, the Hellcat Swap Dakota, everybody keeps asking me, and I mentioned in the last video, when are you going to take it down the track? Trust me, I want to take it down the track, I want to go full send, but I got to wait till I get my shop and get my place set up so that I can actually get back working on it and finally figure out all the stuff, iron out this issue with the vibration, because right now it seems okay, it's better than it was, but I still don't fully trust going down the track and hitting 100 miles an hour in it, because I feel like it still has that vibration and that issue. So last thing I want to do is rip it down the track for one pass and scatter $5,000 or $6,000 transmission, put myself at risk and harm's way, and potentially get injured. It's just not a good idea when you have a truck that's that quick. Like I said, at a quarter mile it was doing 100 miles an hour or more, and that was even on a soft launch. It's just dangerous in my opinion. So I got to make sure that gets all figured out. So I'm gonna wait till I have my place, I have a lift, I can put it back up in the air. I'm actually supposed to send the drive shaft out to I call him a friend at this point, a guy named Steve. He owns a dyno shop. He can put it on a dyno for a drive shaft. They do custom drive shafts, so he's gonna put my drive shaft on some sort of dyno that's gonna check it and spin it higher than anywhere else can. I think it spins it to 10,000 RPM or something insane, whereas most drive shaft shops don't spin them that fast. So he's gonna put it on that thing, spin it, see if there's anything wrong with it, and if he gives me the green light, then we gotta go chasing other issues with it. So yeah, Frankie, to wrap up your question, I'll try to make it. It might actually line up with my schedule, but I don't, with all the move and all the madness going on, I don't necessarily know where I'm going to be, and unfortunately the Hellcat won't be ready. For the reasons I just mentioned. The Ram might be, but the Ram's over here in Florida, and it doesn't make sense to bring it all the way back necessarily to that event or back to Texas when it has to come all the way back here, and I've got 3 other vehicles. So we'll see. We'll see. I'll have to double check it, but that would be fun to go to, so let me definitely look into that. So Joseph, I think I answered your question. Fernando, I think I answered your question. Let's see. Holy moly, you guys are live in the chat. I'm trying to keep up. Trying to get through all your questions in order here. Thunderstruck says, I knew you would find one here in Florida. I kind of wanted to. Like, it was kind of, I mentioned when I left Florida last time when I was headed up to Arizona to get that one place. Like, I felt defeated when I had to leave here because I was leaving, like, Daytona Beach, and there's, like, I don't know, just gearheads everywhere, and I just felt like I was leaving a place that was, you know, there's a lot of cars, and the car culture over here is obviously huge, so. And it's a lot more laid back over here. It doesn't matter if it's, you know, just political stuff as far as just laid backness with all the rules and restrictions and lockdowns, and even with the car stuff, like, you don't have, there's not as many, you know, inspections and all that stuff. And even in Texas, you have to go for an annual inspection, whether you find, you know, a guy of a guy or a friend of a friend that can just, you know, give you an inspection without looking at your vehicle. But for the average person with, you know, going over there, you have to get your inspection every year on, and if I have 4 or 5 cars now, taking my vehicles for an inspection every single year, paying for an inspection, having to get, you know, the vehicles smog tested, it just sounded like a headache over in Texas. That's honestly, you guys, that's worse than being in California. California, there's no inspections, just every 2 years you had to go through a smog. Texas, you got to go every single year for inspection, and I don't know if they skip a year with the smog, but I don't know, that just sounds like a nightmare, unfortunately. I know there's a lot of people who, you know, don't have to do all that, or they know a guy, or a guy knows a guy, or whatever the situation is, but I just, you know, if I can help it, I'm not trying to add, you know, complications and a bunch of craziness to my life. Let's see. Darren says, hey John, good to see you. Just got in here and just caught half of the place you're talking about. Sounds like it's a great place, meant to be. Loving the new Ram content to come. Let's go. Congrats. I know, man. It's going to be fun, too. We got a bunch of parts coming up. A bunch of cool parts that are going to be coming along. Let me ask you guys here in the chat, and I'll try to catch up. Would you guys rather see this 5.7 on spray, or should we put a supercharger on it? Obviously, I keep telling you guys it's going to go 6.2 Hellcat swap, but we're going to have some fun with the 5.7 until we're ready for the swap, until I get a lift and stuff and get my new place set up. I want to do a bunch of bolt-on stuff for you guys. So would you rather see the 5.7 on spray with a nitrous setup going down the track, or would you rather see it with a supercharger kit? Maybe we did Pro Charger last time. We might try Torque Storm. So let me know which one you guys would prefer. Like, get your feedback on it, but we could go either way, but let's see what you guys say. Thunderstruck says, get ready, I just bought 2 shipping containers. They're going to be $6,500 a piece, and I had to wait 4 weeks to get them. Damn, that's crazy. Well, good news is we have a ton of space. I'm just thinking, you know, to clean up a little bit and not have all of my parts in the shop, but I can always put a bunch of my stuff in the garage too, because there's a lot of room in that 2-car garage. Joseph says, always good to feel excited about a big move. It's a good sign. Yeah, no, I can't wait, honestly, because this is just, it's going to be perfect. Like, having the shop and having a 2-car garage, and, you know, it's going to be a huge upgrade from our 3-car garage that we moved out of. And it's better than the last situation where just everything seemed to go wrong with the property. And that whole situation was just, there was no, I'm trying to, like, be a positive person and try to give you guys, like, the good stuff of the last property, but it was like the agent was, you know, rude to me. The property kept having red flags. My truck broke. Like, when I called the county in Arizona, they told me there was a bunch of restrictions on that property. Even though it was over an acre and a half, you didn't even get an acre and a half because it had an easement. If you guys don't know what easement is, it means like the property line is like at a certain spot, and then there's a bunch of space on your property that you're paying for that you can't do anything with. The fence was like 30 feet in, and like 20 feet in from the property line. So essentially you weren't even getting the full value of the property that you're having to pay for and pay taxes on. And it was just a mess. So, but this place, knock on wood, everything is going smoothly. I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm looking forward to it. So it's definitely a good sign. Synax says, "Whoop, Florida." Yeah, we're doing it. We're trying. So hopefully she all works out. Hi John, I have an interesting question. I know you're a big Mopar guy, but what would your thoughts be on the good old Chevrolet Impala? I guess it depends what year. I don't have anything against it. I'm not like, one of these, I don't even say Mopar guy, but just one of these brand loyalists where I don't like anything else. I think everybody makes a cool product right now. It's just Mopar is kind of the direction that our channel went into, so we have a lot of purists that are on this channel at this point. So I'm just kind of sticking with the theme on the channel at this point, and at the same time, I like doing it. I like the Mopar stuff. I don't have any complaints, but I know there's a lot of like old school shit, Impalas, like the lowrider style, but yeah, I think they're cool. I don't have any problem with them. Pedro says, thoughts on 2013 Charger SRT. Looking at one here in Canada. That'd be a cool car as well. Personally, if it was me, I would try to, I don't know if it would be save or just spend a little bit more and get the 2015. But I mean, that's just personal opinion. Which front end do you like better? Some guys like that older front end. I prefer like the newer one. If you push for a 2015 instead, a couple years newer, you'll have the newer front end and it'll look like a 2022. Like they haven't changed them since 2015. But that's just me. Boosted, are you still selling ported throttle bodies? I'm gonna try to do that for you guys later on. Right now, it's been hectic and I don't even have my own place. So once I get my own place, I'll try to fire that up for you guys again. But as of right now, I don't have that going. Joe says, "Hey man, I love the channel and the great info you share." Thank you, Joe. So I have a 14 Ram and it has a weird RPM surge when in eco mode. What are your thoughts? If you're worried about it, I would probably disable it. I don't know if I've really, witnessed the surge. But I mean, you can just turn it off. The nice thing about the 14, so there's a couple things. I actually had my buddy Jason who just picked up a brand new Ram. You guys don't know, like my buddy Jason that had the Black Dakota build that we did on the channel. He's got I think brand new, but it's a 5th gen Ram 1500. He was asking me the same thing, like how do you disable eco? On the newer ones, you unfortunately have to unlock the PCM to turn off the eco mode to disable MDS. On the 14s, the PCM isn't locked, so you could get a tuner, you get like a Diablo Sport or whatever you want to get, and you could turn off the eco mode. The easy way, the free way, but it's a little bit annoying, is every time you get in, if you click down, and this is for everybody that's watching, even if you have a 2016 Ram or 2017 Ram, if you don't like the MDS coming on, like the eco mode, if you just, when you get in the truck or car or whatever it is, and you put it in drive, if you click down one button on the gear selector so that in your dash it says 8th gear, the MDS won't come on. So it's a little bit redundant. Every time you get in to go for a drive, you have to push gear down, like push the minus button on the gear once. But it'll still go into 8th gear, but it just won't enable MDS. So it's one way that a lot of guys get around it. They'll just jump in the truck, throw in drive, push down one gear, and they don't have to listen to MDS if you're in that camp. Christopher says, "Hi there, I drive a 2019 Ram Classic. Right on. It's a nice truck." Clay says, "Cool, I'll check it out. Thanks, no problem." Sparky's Garage says, "Clean your motor ASAP." I don't have a motor, Steve. I have an engine. I remember my shop teacher in high school used to get so mad when people would call it a motor. It's not a motor. A motor is electric. It's an engine. But yeah, I was actually going to do that today, but I was dealing with a bunch of house stuff and paperwork today. So tomorrow I'm actually going to go get some degreaser, head over to the car wash, and get that thing cleaned up for sure. I agree. It does look terrible right now. Dale said, "Would you consider a different power adder like ProCharger or Whipple and removing the Hellcat supercharger?" I don't know. Maybe. I'm not opposed to it, but right now I don't really have that in my plans. I'm just going to put the Hellcat swap in there with the supercharger and we're going to go have some fun. So who knows? It might change later, but that's my plan so far. Ronald said, "What's up? Nice to see you in Florida." Yes, sir. Where you moved to? So right now, I don't know when people are jumping in and jumping out. But yeah, supposed to be, you know, if everything goes smoothly and as planned, I'm supposed to be getting a place near Tampa, Florida. Brown says Hellcat seats will fit in Ram because they are both full-size autos. Don't fit in Dakota because of the mid-size compact. Yes, sir. Gonna have to expedite the Stainless Works header install. Got JBA long tubes in the mail. Would like to learn from your mistakes. Well, the nice part is, if you guys ever watched my shorty, the JBA, was it JBA? I think it was JBA. I had the shorty headers that I installed on one of our other Rams, and those were a pain in the butt. Apparently the long tubes, and even just from looking at them, they're going to be a lot simpler to install than doing the shorties, because the shorties are all wrapped up like a pretzel and you're trying to get the bolts in, whereas the long tubes kind of just come out and go down and get out of the way. So long tubes should be a lot easier, thankfully. And after installing the long tube headers on Steve's car, where there was like this much room between, if you guys ever worked on the Charger Challengers with the Hemis, there's like no room on them. Like between the head and the valve cover and like the frame rail is honestly like probably 3 inches, and you gotta like stick your fingers in there and work with your fingertips to get to the bolts. So if you guys think the Rams are bad, the Rams are a walk in the park compared to working on the Challenger or Charger car. Those things are brutal to work on. Henry says that's a great single cab you found. Hoping you'll be able to find a dream garage soon. So yeah, Henry, if you're just joining in, the house that we're going through with right now, that we're just I guess going through the deal or whatever, the contract, and it's underway, so hopefully it all goes smooth. That one has a big 2-car garage and has a massive shop on it, which will fit our needs perfectly. Preston says 100K coming up. Holy cow, congratulations, sir. I remember when you just started out, I had a couple thousand. Crazy to see this channel has grown. Smash that like button. Yeah, if you guys haven't already, give me a thumbs up on the video. It's definitely appreciated, and it helps the channel and helps send the video out to other people whenever you guys give it a thumbs up. Brian says, are you thinking of putting some RT wheels, Hellcat OEM wheels, or welds? I kind of want to do like a drag pack setup. I still have the 24-inch Hellcat replica wheels. They're sitting on the SRT 10 right now, but I'm probably gonna throw them on this truck for certain events, or if I'm just going to like a car show or something. I think they'll look good. They're the bronze ones. The bronze on the blue will look pretty badass in my opinion. But other than that, I want to get like a drag pack set up for it. The Ling Longs that I have on it right now. If you guys watched the last video, I showed you that I didn't even look when I bought the truck. I was just buying the truck because I knew the wheels were going to come off it, so I wasn't like all getting in there and seeing like what kind of tires it had on it, because I really could care less, honestly. I wasn't planning on keeping these wheels on anyways, but when I looked at it to find out the tire size, because my speedo was off, when I looked at the build sheet for that truck, it said that it was supposed to have factory 20s on it, but somebody obviously pulled the factory 20s at some point and put those 17 factory wheels on it. But yeah, it has Ling Long tires on it. So my plan is to get some sort of drag pack on it. I don't know if we'll do welds or what, but I kind of want to go with that. I want to have like a drag pack setup and also like a street setup. But what I was thinking actually is those 17s. I might research what size I can put on them, because they're like a 5-spoke wheel, and all the drag pack wheels are usually 5-spoke. I'm wondering if I can make those factory 17s look half decent for now. So maybe since our Ling Longs are kind of shot and sketchy, I mean, they're just, I don't know, I don't trust anything that's called Ling Long. But I might see if I can find a set of tires that fit on the 17s, because those 17s are super light. So if I can do something like that, put some nice, maybe like some sort of drag radial or something on those tires, maybe some skinnies up front, I think that'd be kind of cool for now. Maybe plastic dip them black or something, just for now. And be safe with the Ling Longs. We can go to the track. Palm Beach Raceway's only like 45 minutes or an hour from here, so I could go over there and we could get some baseline numbers on the truck. But I don't think I want to get some baseline numbers with the Ling Longs on, because one, it's sketch, and two, you guys all know it's probably not going to hook. So I'll see if I can maybe track down some tires for the factory 17s this week, and maybe we'll hit the track for fun. let's see. Misfire should just be a coil that's gone bad. In most cases, yeah, but on these 5.7s, the coils are generally pretty stout. Like, it's pretty rare for the coil to go out, but it's more common for the cam and lifters to get wiped out. But hopefully not. Hopefully it is just a coil. Paul says, great job, great channel, hard work pays, be proud of yourself, man. Yeah, thank you, man. It's been a grind for sure. I know some guys will just pop up like 3 videos and they got 1 million subscribers, but for me, it hasn't came easy, but I enjoy the process. It's been fun. It's been a grind for sure. Like all these different projects and vehicles, and I post like almost every day or try to post every day. It's a full-time job, but the nice thing is it's a job that I'm thankful for and it's a job that I enjoy. So really, it doesn't feel like work. I actually had this conversation with my buddy Jonathan the other day, and like I said, doing this YouTube thing and this being my full-time gig. If you guys don't know, this is me full-time. So again, hit the thumbs up button. You guys can support me. But yeah, this YouTube thing is full-time now. So I was working, and then this was a part-time thing on the side, and then with all the shutdowns and all that stuff, the company I was working for ended up closing down, and this was 100%. But like, I don't know, I'm kind of thankful. It's a grind, but at the same time, like, here's my Friday night, and I'm spending it with you guys on a live chat. So it's a lot of work. Even on Saturdays, like tomorrow, I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff to the truck. Sunday, I'm gonna do a bunch of stuff to the truck, and Monday, I'm gonna be doing that too. So, but the thing is with it is, if I had a day off, if I had to go work a 9 to 5 and I came home, I would probably be working on the truck or one of my projects. So for me, it's kind of just doing what I would do if I had a day off from a regular job. I get to do it and share it with you guys, and I feel like doing my part is adding some value by testing out some stuff for you guys, showing you guys something cool that I got that you guys can get too, or just showing you guys the ins and outs. Hey, this thing is cool, it works good, or hey, don't buy this thing, it sucks, whatever. So I always try to keep it honest with you guys, and I think a lot of you guys that have been with the channel know that and can see it. But yeah, no, thanks again to everybody so far. We've come pretty far. I think we got a long way to go. Like I said earlier in this live stream, there's been a lot of action this week for whatever reason with the Hellcat swapped Dakota, and I honestly, like, I'll be the first one to say it, that video wasn't even that great. Like, I wasn't planning on making it some sort of video that's gonna go viral. I just knew that everybody who was subscribed to the channel wanted to see the Hellcat swap Dakota out for a little bit. So when I was over there in Texas with my stuff, I was like, hey, let's take it out for a little rip, go for a little country drive, check out some houses in that area, and that's all that was. But had I known it was going to be like a video that everybody was going to write articles about, I would have made a more focused video on just the Hellcat swapped Dakota. But it's pretty cool. So I think we got a lot more videos to make on that truck for sure. Like, we pretty much just finished that truck, and then we packed up and we left California. So there's still a lot to come on that truck, and it's a fun one as well. We got a lot of cool things. So one other thing I want to address too is, obviously we got this new project truck. It's not like I'm going to abandon the Dakota and just work on the new Ram. The nice thing about having like 2 big projects like this is, like I said, I can take the drive shaft out of the Dakota, send it off to Steve. I think he's up in like Michigan or some area over there. Send it up to Steve, get him to run it. While that Dakota is down for a week or 2 with no drive shaft, I can do some cool stuff with the Ram. The Ram, when we take it all apart and we're doing a Hellcat swap and it might be down for a few weeks, I can do something with the Dakota. So we can just bounce back and forth if we're waiting on parts for something, or we need something, or whatever the case is, or one of them breaks, we got the other one, so we can kind of just bounce around. So it's not like we're completely finished with the Hellcat. As you guys know, we still have to do door panels. I still want to get the speedo working, because everybody's freaking out about the speedo not working on the Dakota. Just a bunch of little things. So the drive shaft vibration, the door panels, the speedo, there's a bunch of like little knickknacks I want to get working on the Dakota. I still want to paint it. It still has 20-year-old paint on it, so a lot of cool little things. And yeah, at the same time, get working on the Ram. So lots of fun stuff, but don't think that we're just abandoning something and we're never gonna make content on the Dakota. We're just gonna kind of bounce around, and how it comes. Dave said, bro, it's Friday. Hey man, it's Saturday here, okay? I'm in the other part of the world. I'm over where it's the next day. It might actually be pretty soon. 9:30. over here on the East Coast. Yeah, I messed up. For some reason I thought it was Saturday. My days are all scattered all over the place. It'd be nice if it was like 3 weeks from now. Maybe I just want it to be in the future when I get to move into my new place. The Hellwagon. Can't believe y'all actually give this homie money. Okay. Let's see. We'll remove that stupid comment. Yeah, so I don't know why people leave stupid comments like that. I'm just gonna remove that dumb comment by the Hellwagon. So, yeah, like I mentioned before, you guys, this is like this is my livelihood. This is like my full-time job. So, if you're here to leave stupid comments, your ass is gonna get blocked like you just were. So, no, I appreciate all your guys' support, but you know, when there's fools that come along and just leave comments, you know, I'm a real person. I'm gonna get pissed off and put you in your place. So, goodbye, the Hellwagon. Paul says, got a 68 300 coupe with 488 V10 under the hood. Damn, that's a badass vehicle. You should post up a video of that thing if you don't already. It sounds like an interesting build. Frankie says, I hope you can. It will be great to see you there. Yeah, I'll try to make it for sure. Shane says, I'm late, but glad I made it. Thank you, sir. New York, you have to hook to a PC for inspection. Sucks when some states have no inspection. Yeah, I mean, it's hit or miss depending on where you're at, right? And I was surprised that Texas has it, to be honest, but they do still have that as well. Martin says, miss seeing your Dakota around in Hemi. I know. We got out of there, though. I'll forever, my mom's boyfriend called it helmet one time, and I bust up laughing. So from now on, Hemet is helmet. Like I'll never be able to just say Hemet anymore. I'm always gonna call it helmet. Frankie says supercharged. Shane says supercharged. Henry says supercharged. Paul says supercharged. Prince says supercharged. I guess we are boosted motorsports, not nitrous motorsports. So maybe it does look like the popular vote is supercharged. Dale says 2.4 drop for the Blue Ram or 3.5 or 4.6. Any thoughts on wheels for it? Probably just gonna honestly do a 2.4. I considered doing like a 3.5 or a 4.6, but I was talking to Jason too. He said people that like slam them out like that, even on the 2.4 drops, if you put like a bigger wheel on it, you'll actually bottom out on your battery tray. So plus, like I do want to keep some drivability for it. Like I don't want to be like framing out all the time and throwing all my suspension geometry out the window. So realistically, I think the 2.4 drop, you guys gotta remember the goal for this truck is I could go full race truck or full street truck. I want to be somewhere in the middle. My kind of concept for the car is similar to like, you know, the Hellcats or like a Demon would be a more extreme example. Something that is fully loaded, has a ton of options, it's nice inside, it's got AC, but you can go to the track and you know you can run 10s or 9s in like either one. So you go to the track, you put some skinnies on it, you put a sticky tire in the back, you know, maybe you take out the passenger seat, so kind of similar as like the Hellcat. But I don't want to be sitting there driving with just a steering wheel and a race bucket, you know, and no dash or taking out all my interior or all that stuff. I want to leave it so that it's still functional, I can enjoy it, taking it to a car show and stuff. But then when we go to the track, I'll pull the passenger seat, pull the spare tire, pull the tailgate, go down the track with a set of like a drag pack. Just a simple prep, nothing crazy. I'm not gonna like strip the whole truck for every part, and have enough horsepower that we can be in the 10s or the 9s or wherever we end up. That's my idea for this truck. So based on that, probably gonna do like a 2.4 drop. I know I did it before, but I think it's a comfortable drop and still keep it streetable without being slammed on the ground and having to worry about it all the time. Darren says spray, so that's one vote for spray. Paul says blowers. Brian says supercharged. Terry says supercharged. Preston says supercharged. Spray or blown? He says yes. What about turbos? Anyone put turbos on a Hemi? Yeah, there's a turbo. I can't remember who it is. I think it's his name's Shane Roop or something like that. But he actually makes a turbo kit for them. But I don't know. I might try to work with one of the big brands to see if we can get a supercharger kit on there. I do like to stick to, as much as possible, to a certain degree, before we completely go Hellcat swap, because once I go Hellcat swap, I'm going to kind of not lose people, but you know, most people that have these trucks are not necessarily going to Hellcat swap it. So I want to do as much as I can with the 5.7, which is what the majority of guys watching this will have. Push that as far as possible before I go Hellcat swap, because once we go Hellcat swap, it's not like I'm going to yank the Hellcat swap to put the 5.7 in to go back down that road. So try to do everything in a natural, you know, order. Make the 5.7 as fast as possible with normal bolt-ons, so that the average person can see what each thing does. We'll go to the track, you know, run some times, see how much faster this truck gets with the 5.7, and then we can Hellcat swap it. So that's the plan. But yeah, going back to why I was saying that, I would like to use a supercharger kit that you guys could go out and buy and easily install. It's bolt-on, you know, might take a day or, you know, a weekend to install a supercharger kit, and you guys could do the same thing with yours. That way you guys, if you choose to or wanted to, you could technically replicate what I'm doing to get the same results, you know. So that way, I like to think of myself as like the guinea pig. I'll go ahead, I'll do all this stuff and give you guys real world results and opinions. You know, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? You know, this is how fast your truck could be if you put this stuff on it. So, and using stuff that you guys could go out and buy if you wanted to do that. The Hellcat's like insane, you know, crazy setup. Not saying you guys couldn't do it, but it's going to be a more extreme thing that most people wouldn't be so inclined to do, but we'll do that once we run out of stuff to do with the 5.7. Thunderstruck says, I think it would be freaking awesome to see what you can do with the Hemi first before the swap. Yeah, so that's the plan for sure. We got a bunch of stuff on the way too, so should be pretty legit. Random YouTube or random videos, YouTube or YT. Yo, Boost Motorsports in chat, what's up? Synax says, I seen remote turbo on a Ram and twin turbo through the hood. The remote is a real pain with running high pressure or not running the oil. Yeah, because you got to run the oil back. You could put an oilless turbo technically on the back, because a lot of people are running oilless turbos these days. Alberto says, is there any sport front bumper that will fit a 2011 base model Ram? Well, I actually have that video of a conversion. So you can't just like, you can't just put the plastic cover over top of yours. You have to change the support. But I show you guys how to do it on the video. If you guys look at the Eco Diesel video, I had the 2-piece chrome bumper. The frame rails should be the same on your 2011, so you could technically convert your front end on your 2011 to the 2013 Plus. You'd also have to change your grille because the grille is different. But you can get all those pieces, which I show you guys. You'll have to get the rebar, the absorber, like the bumper support, and then your plastic cover will go over top of that. You'll have to get the valence, and then you would have to get a different grille. But check out that video as well if you guys are interested in that. I already did it. Spence says, I don't know what Spence said. I love my new Ram, but sucks my new 21 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It has so many electrical issues with the lemon being bought at 90 days, but I don't know if I should get another one or go back to Durango. I would say, I mean, they all use the same electronic. It's probably just bad luck on, you know, unfortunately, because even just with using Alpha OBD, like the same electronics that are in the Charger or in the Jeep or in the Challenger, it's, you know, in the Rams, they're all running pretty much the same modules. They just have different settings in them. So unfortunately, it's probably just bad luck, because the same components that they use electronically in your Jeep is the same ones that they're using in the Durango and the Ram and all that stuff. So just get whatever one you prefer and you'll probably be fine this time, I would think. But yeah, don't think that, like, you know, a Dodge Durango is using different electronics than the Jeep. They're all sharing the same modules and all that stuff. Random says, I turned off my eco mode on my 2012 with the super chip. Yep, the tuner will do it too. Shane says, with fuel prices, I like eco mode. I just took my 22s off, went back to 20, and I get 18 miles per gallon versus 12 miles per gallon. Yeah, the wheels will make a big difference whether on your fuel economy for sure. Thunderstruck says, I know this is going to be left field, I had a 2004 PT Cruiser Turbo that got wrecked. Bought a 2002 Dream Cruiser. Swapped the interior and the engine into the 4 turbo, spiced up. Jeez. Well, that's no fun. Jada says, Boosted, what's up? What's up, man? How's it going? We're kicking it on a Saturday, Friday night, apparently. I can't change the title right now while I'm in it. I'll change it later. I don't know why. I thought it was Saturday. But maybe we'll do a Saturday one. Who knows? We'll do another one tomorrow if you guys want. Joe says, cool, thanks, John. No problem. Prince says, getting a clunking noise sometimes when I floor the pedal. Ran 1500. It could be anything, honestly. It's hard for me to, of course, diagnose without hearing it or seeing it. Nathan says, what's up, man? Been a long time. What's up, Nathan? Shane, wish they would finally make a 5th gen 2-door. I don't think they're going to. That's why I want to get the Hellcat swap in there first, and then we'll see. It depends as things come up. I do want to 5th gen interior swap my 1500 2-door. So that's something else I want to do, but I gotta try to locate a dash and everything first. But that is something that I have in the works that I have planned. Is since my base model doesn't really have anything cool in the dash, I was thinking of 5th gen swapping it. So it's another cool thing I'm trying to plan as well for you guys. But like I said, first things first, get moved into the new place, get settled in, and then I can start shopping for more junk, because right now I don't have anywhere. I don't need to accumulate more stuff that I need to move around. ProCharge Mopar, thank you for the thumbs up. If you guys haven't, smash the thumbs up, you guys. It does help the channel, and it helps share these videos to other people as well. SRT Metal, almost 100,000 subscribers, exciting. Yeah, so it's been, like I said, it's been going up a lot in the last few days. Like I said, somebody made an article on the Hellcat Dakota, or a few people have, and it's been getting shared all over Google and news feeds, so it's been going crazy. Ling Long drag radials, yeah, exactly. I'm scared driving on those Ling Longs. I can get some new tires. A 4x4 Dakota 2nd gen Hellcat swap, baby TRX would be awesome. Haven't seen anyone do it yet. Yeah, the problem with the Dakota and the Durango, I guess, platform is it's a smaller frame, smaller chassis, and by the time you fit the 4-wheel drive system in the front, it is like there's no room. Not saying you can't do it, but it would be a lot of work to get it done. And since we already did the Dakota, you know, I'm probably not going to do something identical to it. That's why I'm trying to do like different things so we can kind of appeal to different crowds. So yeah, we'll definitely stick with our plan, but yeah, I mean, go for it, man. If you want the 4x4 Dakota, build it. Random YouTube videos. I say do a single cab TRX with the new Ram. That would be sick. Yeah, so pretty much I'm making like a street version. I was thinking about getting a 4-wheel drive version of the single cab Ram. But honestly, with some good prep, with a good setup, the 2-wheel drive will be fine. It's no different than like comparing the TRX to a Hellcat, right? Like the Hellcat car is 2-wheel drive and it hooks. So all my friends that have the single cabs, like, you know, Jason and all those guys, you know, they're in the 9s and stuff with single cab Ram on 2-wheel drive. So we'll be fine with just the 2-wheel drive. Plus we'll be less weight as well. You know, maybe if you're doing like street racing stuff and you want to like go to like no prep things, then yeah, maybe the 4-wheel drive like TRX thing would be good, but for us, we'll be alright. Synax says, I'm saving my HP Tuner screenshots. I have the mechanical fan delete with 180 thermostat config saved out. Next is cat delete. If you want the screenshots for a how-to, my email is username@gmail. Okay, right on. Right on. Chris says, I'm just north of Tampa in Spring Hill. Fingers crossed on the new house. Damn, that's alright. Might be neighbors. Holy moly, you guys are... I'm gonna have to speed up with these comments because you guys are way the hell ahead of me. Holy moly. You guys are so far ahead in the comments. That's hilarious. Alright, let me turbo through these things. Let's boost through these comments. Jaded says, God luck, not good luck, God luck, you deserve it. Thanks, man. I like it. I like your train of thought. Ape Grillo, what? APE Gorilla would be sick. Not sure what that is. Too bad they didn't make a single cab TRX. Yeah, so that's what we're gonna pretty much be building. Future twin turbo setup on the SRT 10. Probably be more likely to turbo, like twin turbo the Viper car rather than the SRT 10, but you never know. We'll see what happens. Cheers. Here's to Friday nights on YouTube. It's Saturday, man. Look at the title. I'm just teasing. Hellcat sure looks small beside the Ram in that picture, but I do like the Hellcat blue better than, as you asked. But new Ram color is nice too. Not a color that is very common. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. What's the loudest exhaust setup I can do for my 2011 1500 Hemi? I mean, loudest is going to be no muffler, right? Just straight pipe, but it depends. If you're thinking, I mean, the Outlaw mufflers are pretty loud as well from Flowmaster, so I would probably go with something like that, like a 40 series or something like that. If you're trying to be like super loud, but straight pipe's gonna be the loudest. Random says, I got a AFEY pipe and no mufflers or resonator on my 2012. It's very loud, I bet. Kai says, screw the haters, John. They just jealous of what you're doing. We're all glad to be here. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know what that guy's deal is. He made a stupid comment on one of the Facebook posts like a week or two ago too, and then he said he made a dumbass comment, and then he right underneath it said, I'm just joking, man. Just take it easy. So, I don't know, dude. It was just annoying. And then when he made another stupid comment here, he had to go. Gotta go. Don't have time for nonsense. RH says, I've got a straight pipe single cab, or single exit with resonators. Will it be loud if I only get a single exit? I'm trying to think what you mean. He's got a straight pipe single exit with resonator. Will it be loud if I only got single exit? I mean, straight pipe's gonna be loud regardless. It's not so much about like having one exit or two. It's more like where you exit it. So like if you try to like dump it before the axle or like somewhere around the axle rather than bringing it out the back of the vehicle, you're gonna get a lot of drone and stuff like that. Or if you try to do like the side exit, like in front of the tire, you're gonna hear it, especially like in a single cab. But yeah, it's more just where you dump it rather than if you have two coming out versus one. What's up, Matt Stang? Think First Productions. What's going on? What's up? I didn't realize the size difference between the Dakota and the Ram. My 04 Ram seemed huge compared to my old Dakota. The blue two look great together. Yeah, thanks, man. That was kind of the other thing too. I saw that Ram single cab with low miles, clean title, at a great price, and I had to jump on it. So I thought it would be really cool to have two Hellcat swaps pickup trucks that were both blue. Think first with emojis. Hellcat swap on a 2.4 drop. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the same thing. What about twin turbos from Helion? I could, but for now, probably I'm not gonna boost the crap out of the 5.7 just because I can't handle it. Unless you do like pistons and stuff like that. Those cast pistons with the ring gap that's in there, like anything over like 8 pounds, maybe 10 pounds pushing it. You'll end up breaking the ring lands, and I don't know, I just feel bad doing that on a motor that's only got 47k on it. We'll see when the time comes. I think just doing like a supercharger setup on that Ram would be pretty cool. Twin turbo SRT 10. 5.7 is still a good engine. I agree. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with 5.7. It's just we want to go big power, and I want to put this truck in the low 10s or even 9s. We'll see what happens. I don't know why my truck is only loud when I give it gas in third gear, and once fourth, it's pretty quiet. Huh. That's interesting. The Edelbrock supercharger looks pretty clean. Any thoughts? I haven't spent too much time looking at their stuff. I've been looking at the Torque Storm. So, like I said, I did the ProCharger setup last time. ProCharger setup makes power, but there's a lot of issues with it at the same time with belt slip. So, I had on last truck, it worked, but it was, I don't know, I'm kind of excited to maybe try a different one. So I might try, I mean the Whipple one's nice too for sure, but I might try the Torque Storm this time around, we'll see. Good to know about the electronics, thanks bro. Yeah, no problem man. New to the channel, I love the truck, my mom still has her 98 RT, she got it in 99, damn that's awesome. Have you ran at the track yet? Yeah, so Bad Tire, if you check out the channel, we actually, last time we ran at the track, we only made one pass, and I don't even know if I want to say we made one complete pass, but we had a vibration issue that I'm still working on, and it actually grenaded the transmission, so we went pretty fast for what it was, but shattered the transmission, so we haven't been back until I iron out all those issues, but we've been relocating for the last few months. So I've been trying to find a new place because the last place, if you guys look at the old videos when we were building the Hellcat, if you're new to the channel, we were in a 3-car garage. It was tiny. We had 2-post lift in there. We ran out of room, so ended up selling the place in California. And I've been looking for a place for the last few months, but it's just been really difficult. As you guys can imagine, it's a really competitive market to be buying a house. So it looks like we have a place locked down. We're in the process, you know, the contract and all that stuff. So if all goes as planned and goes well, I should have that place beginning of next month is what it's looking like at this point. So, but yeah, if you're interested in seeing the one and only run, check it out on this channel. We got that run on here. I've got a ticking noise on my 2011 Hemi at idle, but goes away a couple minutes after. Could it be the pre-lifter failure? If it goes away, if it doesn't when it's cold and goes away, it's more than likely gonna be broken exhaust studs, usually the 2 towards the back. If you start the truck up real quick, try to run around to, whether it's passenger or driver's side, run around to wherever you hear the tick, and stick your head in the wheel well. You don't have to open the hood, but just where the tire is, the gap there, stick your head in there. If you hear that tick, honestly, I don't want to make you guys go burn your hands, so you know, take this advice with a grain of salt. But what you can actually do, it's kind of crazy, but when you first start the truck, if it's stone cold, if you suspect it might be an exhaust leak, if it's gonna leak, it leaks towards the back. So it's always the 2 rear bolts on the exhaust manifolds that always end up breaking. If you start up, cold engine, cold exhaust, if you run around to where the tick is, you can put your hand right up where the exhaust manifold is and try to feel where the gasket is. You can stick your hand up while everything's still cold, and you'll feel little puffs of air hitting your hand. So if you do that check and you feel that, then you know you have an exhaust leak there. But again, don't necessarily take my advice. I didn't tell you to do that. I don't want anybody burning their hands, but you can do that. Boo says probably manifold. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I lost my place. Holy moly, you guys in the comments. I can't keep up today. I'm trying. Any headers you recommend, long tube or shorty? It just depends. If you go long tube, you're gonna have to completely ditch the factory Y pipe that has all your cats in it. So depending on if you have to go through inspection, wherever you're at, or if the truck is off-road. If you get a set of shorties, you can keep the factory Y pipe, so you don't have to deal with all that headache and trying to redo the Y pipe. You just put the shorty in, connects to your factory Y pipe, and all your emission stuff stays intact. So it just depends what you're trying to do. Yeah, the 5th gen interior is so much better than my 4th was. My brother got a new 2500 and didn't realize it was the same bed and body parts of the previous gen. Yeah, so 2500 and 3500 are a 4th gen chassis. They just did a facelift on it and the interior. It'd be cool to meet you for sure. I'll ride out in my old 99 Dakota RT with a rusty roof. Hell yeah. Brian says, are you keeping the pearl blue on the new Ram, or would you consider something different like ceramic blue or Daltonic red? I definitely won't do like a complete color change. If anything, I would do like a different blue, like a lighter blue, but more than likely I'm probably not going to paint it. I might just wrap it a lighter blue at some point to match the Dakota. But yeah, I wouldn't be doing like a red or anything like that. Color changes are kind of hard to do properly anyways. You have to like completely strip everything, and then my OCD would be killing me because every time you would like move a piece of trim or molding, you'd see the old color. So I definitely wouldn't do a complete color change. I like the Flowmaster Super 10. Might get that on my Ram next. Yeah, that's a nice option too. Did a 392 swap in a 392 or in a single cab 2005 Ram. Use the throttle pedal from a Challenger, and it is a bit high or in front of the brake pedal. Can you think of a pedal or a mod that would work better? I don't know that you have to swap the pedal. Like 2005 still had an electronic throttle pedal, so I don't know why you would need to swap the pedal on it. Let's see. What about a rear-wheel drive conversion on a late 80s, early 90s Dodge Daytona? I don't know. Right now, you guys can see like the project we're working on. Maybe in the future, we'll I guess explore what the different options would be for projects. Brian says elephant swap in the future. If this channel like gets really big and I have the budget to do it, because the elephant swap, the engine alone is like over $30,000, which the Hellcat engine is a fraction of that. So I don't have that kind of budget. I know it might seem like it at times, but really I'm just shifting money around. Like I said, I sold the S2000, kept the funds from that, and pretty much I had to chip in a little bit, but I got that single cab for a really good price. So I just kind of like moving funds around. I'm not like balling out of control over here as much as some people might think that. Efren says, hey, I have a 2017 Ram Sport. How do I change the size of the tire? It seems like my speed is off. So you're going to do it with Alpha OBD. Check out my videos. If you check out follow the steps in the last video. Maybe I'll make a dedicated video on how to do it, which I probably should. But if you check out my channel, look at Alpha OBD videos where I show you guys how to like disable LED errors and stuff like that. And in the link in the description of that, I list out the program and where you get the OBD device, the Bluetooth device, so that you can sync to the Alpha OBD. So everything is listed in the description on that. So if you pop over to one of those videos, you're going to need to buy that. So you're going to need to buy that OBD MX Plus device, and then you'll need to get the program, and then you'll be able to follow the steps that I showed in that last video. But I'll probably make a dedicated video on how to do a tire change or tire size change, because it's kind of buried in yesterday's vlog, but I'd like to do a dedicated video so people can find it. But yeah, if you just search up one of my Alpha OBD videos, everything will be there, and then watch yesterday's video on the steps. Battery says our MOPAR channel is out of a one-car garage. Nothing cool like what you have though. Just some junk 60s, 70s MOPARs. Hey, nothing wrong with the old school MOPARs. That's what kind of brought us to today. So I would like some of the 60s and 70s stuff, but they're pricey. I mean, if you didn't grow up with them and you didn't have them, like trying to get your hands on like anything half decent these days, like trying to get like obviously like a 69 Charger or something is just like super expensive. But like pretty much any Mopar fan, I would definitely love to have a 69 Charger, but it's just super expensive right now. Let's see, the one in Arizona that you had all the problems with the one in Arizona that you had all the problems with, or you found another one in Arizona or Dallas? Oh, okay. No, so I found a place over here near Tampa, so I'll be like less than an hour from the Freedom Factory and all that stuff. This house already has a shop, so Matt, if you check out like the earlier part of this live, I'll keep this video posted, but the earlier part of this live, I go into like full detail on what I found too, so I don't want to repeat it for everybody that's been here, because I think I've said it like 2 or 3 times throughout the live, so I don't want to beat a dead horse. But yeah, if you check it out, Matt, it's gonna be a pretty badass place. So I'm super excited about this. I'm way more excited about this place than I was the last one, and everything just seems to be going so smoothly. So I'm excited. It has a 30 by 50 foot shop on it, so it's got a massive shop. Plus, still has a 2-car garage. So we're gonna have a ton of space to do all of our projects. Darren says you'll like this channel. He has great builds. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate that. Justin says looking forward to the Ram content as I need ideas for my 2019. Trade in the Eco Diesel and get a Cummins soon. Yeah, probably like eventually. It's not on my list of priorities because Eco Diesel, you know, as much as people don't like it, it's getting the job done. The other thing with the Eco Diesel is it tows our trailer perfectly fine. It's got more than enough power to tow our trailer. It's got, just so you guys know, the Eco Diesel has more torque than the 5.7 Hemi, and that thing tows awesome. But when I'm driving around unloaded, it obviously gets better fuel economy, and with all this, you know, nonsense going on with fuel prices, it's almost worth its weight in gold to run the Eco Diesel. But eventually, I do and want to get a Cummins, like a more heavy duty truck, because I don't want to completely kill the Eco Diesel. But yeah, we will. It's just not on like super high on the priority list. I need to get moved into the place. Need to get moving on the Ram 1500 build that we have right now with the Hemi. But yeah, I'll definitely keep my eyes open. I also want to get a Hellcat, so like an actual car. I think it would be cool to have if I can find one for a decent price. Let's see. Scal says, so what are these Florida rumors I'm hearing? Yeah, so I think I probably just answered that. The house is near Tampa, near the Freedom Factory. It's got a shop, got a bunch of space. We can park all of our trailers and everything. Well, all of our trailers, say that, but I only got one trailer. But if we get, you know, more stuff in the future, it's just got a ton of room. So I'm super excited, you guys. It's gonna completely change what we're able to do. It's gonna fit perfectly. The house is, you know, beautiful inside. Everything's ready to go, turnkey. It's gonna be nice because I'll just be able to move in and just get straight back to the builds. I don't have to focus on, you know, trying to build a shop or trying to renovate the house or, you know, fix up the property or fix a pool. If, as you guys know, the pool in the last one was all broken. And it's just move in, get our shop set up, get straight back to the builds. You know, that's what everybody's here for on this channel, so it'll be a good move. Henry says, can't wait to see the new place. I'm hoping it's everything you wanted and needed in a new place. Yeah, a 30 by 50 foot shop is definitely what I wanted and needed. So we'll have lots of space till we outgrow that. But for now, that's going to be a massive space, way bigger than what we had before. Jason says, you plan on doing any builds other than the trucks mostly? I know you have the Viper, but don't know what ideas have been looking at the future. Yeah, so I have a few different ideas, like I just mentioned a minute ago. I would like to get a Hellcat car, probably a Challenger. Probably stick with the MOPAR stuff since that's kind of the direction that this channel's gone in. But I would like to get, you know, some car stuff. I also want to get something that we can go drifting with because the drifting scene is pretty big. So hopefully between the Hellcat swapped Ram, Hellcat swapped Dakota, and Hellcat car, we'll have the drag stuff, you know, sorted out. And then it would be cool to build something that we can go drifting with. So we also have, well, I guess we have a few things. I got a 5.7 Hemi that's brand new in a box still, long block, and I'll also probably have this 5.7 Hemi that comes out of this truck if we don't hurt it. So we'll have some engines that we can stuff in some stuff. So be cool to, I don't know if I could fit a 5.7 Hemi in a 350Z, which is a popular drift car, but I might get a Mustang since it's got a really wide engine bay for you know, the dual overhead cam motors. And I think just based on having like a really wide motor and an engine bay, I could probably stuff a 5.7 Hemi into a Mustang. There's a ton of aftermarket support for drifting and control arms and angle kits and stuff like that for the Mustang chassis. It would probably piss a lot of people off, which apparently is good in the YouTube world. So I'm thinking something like that for a drift build, and you know, Hellcat car for other stuff, and we'll see where things go. Dale says, any idea if the new massive infotainment screen in the new Rams will somehow fit in an older Ram adapter or something? Yeah, actually my buddy Roman, he has a new screen from a 5th gen. He has it running in his, I think he has a 2016. Don't quote me exactly on the year, but I think he has a 2016 Ram. Either way, it's a 4th gen, like a 23 and up, or 2013 and up. Oh, we're still good. We're still good. just froze on my end here. But yeah, I'll double check with Roman if he wants to offer that kit, because I know he's just in the testing phase. But yeah, he has one of those working there. But I'll contact him, see if he's offering anything yet for that. If you guys are interested in adapters and stuff for harnesses, and then I'll let you guys know. Matt says, "Hell yeah, brother! 30 by 50 is awesome. Yeah, it'll be a ton of space. I'm pumped." What will you do for exhaust system while modifying the 5.7 first? Before, so we're gonna do some bolt-on stuff. So I think I have a bolt-on muffler coming from Flowmaster. I might do catback kit from Flowmaster, but really I think it would be easy just to do the bolt-on muffler that goes in place of the factory one. We'll be changing up the exhaust tips, same as like the Eco Diesel, since those exhaust tips are not that nice looking, the factory ones. And then other than that, if you watched the last video, we got Stainless Works long tube headers, but to do that we'd have to reconfigure the entire exhaust system. So we might throw on temporarily a set of Hooker Blackheart shorty headers. So, and those retain the factory wide pipe and stuff like that, so we could install those without having to refigure and rethink the whole exhaust setup. And I think they add like 30 horse. I gotta double check, but I know they add some decent amount of power. Plus they're pretty easy to install. Henry says, "Does my heart good to know that you found a good place? You really deserve it after all the drama and all the other place that you went through." I know, it's crazy. Maybe one day I'll do like a dedicated video and I don't know, tell you guys exactly what went down, because it was brutal. Like I don't know, it was just so unprofessional of the last agent to be like that. But I'm just glad that that situation ended up going the way it did, and I was able to it worked out the way it did, because I don't know, it just was like once you get locked into like a contract like that, it was weird, because it was like the person was friendly up until I got locked into a contract, and then after that they just were so rude, hanging up the phone on me, all that, because they knew that they were getting paid, or at least that's what I felt or thought. Once they knew they were getting paid, they just didn't care about nothing, didn't care about keeping up to keeping track of the progress and making sure the deal was going to go smoothly. It was like once I signed on the dotted line, the person just disappeared, didn't want to do anything or lift a finger. And partially I feel like that's part of the reason why the deal fell apart, was because they weren't checking up on things and making sure things were progressing. And for me, it was stressing me out, because I was like, I don't want to travel across the country. Like, let me just say this for 1 second. I'm in Florida, my stuff is in Texas. The natural thing, or the normal thing you would think is, if I was going to buy a house across the country, if it's Arizona or wherever it is, that's when you're going to move, you're going to be moving with your stuff. So when you get the keys to the house, or your closing date, you're technically planning on moving and moving in on that day when you get the keys to your new house. So my thing was, there was all these things that weren't being handled in the deal, and I had, without a doubt, zero confidence in this deal that it was going to go through before, because the realtor wasn't taking care of the situation. So there's a bunch of stuff that needed to be fixed and all that stuff, and I didn't want to load up my trailer, haul my trailer across America to go to this, to go sign, and get the keys to this house when it wasn't ready. The deal wasn't ready. Like, there was just all these outstanding repairs that hadn't been completed. There was a bunch of uncertainty. So just put yourself in my position. I was stressed to the max. I felt like in my gut that it wasn't going to be ready. And good thing I listened to my gut, because if I had hooked up to my trailer, hauled all the way across America, and gotten there and found out that the deal, was going to fall apart the way that it did, I would have felt even worse. But I knew in my gut that it was, something wasn't right with the whole situation. This time around, everything is going smooth, seamlessly. Everybody in this transaction is super friendly. They're helpful. I feel good about everything. The house looks good. It's got the shop. Everything looks well maintained. Like this one just, feels good, but the last one was a nightmare. Let's see. You guys are still alive in the chat. Warbird says 98 1500 4-wheel drive regular cab. I bought new daily driver, still 5.2 5-seat. Nice. Need those OEM LED taillights. Yeah, that would be badass too. That's a nice little truck. I like the second gens too. They're a good looking truck for their age. Scal says, John, I will still be a fan, but I was hoping it would be Florida. Now shop sounds badass. This is DG. Yeah, so this new place is Florida. So I guess your wish came true. So yeah, Florida. Oh, Arizona, not Florida. Well, I guess your wish didn't come through then. But yeah, I like both states, but it's just, unfortunately Arizona is really expensive too. With everybody, Arizona is kind of like the easy escape from California, and everybody's bringing California money to Arizona and driving the prices through the roof. So the last place I found was still expensive and had no shop, and I was going to make it work, but obviously there was a bunch of hidden issues on that property that led to what it led to. So it is what it is. TRX street truck slams. So yeah, with the single cab, Hellcat swap truck that we're going to be doing, it's going to be my version of a modern day TRX, except 2-door. Maybe not TRX. I think more like SRT 10, except not 10 cylinders. But yeah, I'm not going to make like a lifted truck. It's going to be a lowered 2-door truck with a Hellcat motor, kind of like more of a street version. Ronald says, I would do the Mustang chassis with the MOPAR Hemi power because Ford engines and transmissions are garbage. Anyone who puts a fuel rail on an aluminum intake with 5.5 millimeter steel bolts should be punched. Frankie says, there's a demon powered Mustang, I believe out in Florida, that runs in the 7.6 in the quarter. Damn, that's crazy. Ronald says, punch in the throat. Coming in late, looking forward to the builds and the future of the channel. Thanks, man. Me too, man. There's just so much going on right now that's positive stuff in a good direction. I'm pumped for what the future holds. Would you make your new truck an RT clone? No, I'm gonna go a different direction. I'm not gonna try to make it into something it's not. I want to make it into like an SRT version of a 4th gen single cab Ram. I might at some point down the road, after we do like the performance aspect of it, I might 5th gen front end swap it. I want a 5th gen interior and dash swap it, but that's a little bit easier. Yeah, I just want to make sure. It looked like it froze, so I'll just make sure we're back here. Yeah, so Steven, as far as like wrenching, so obviously I'm originally from Canada. I started off with just a Mastercraft toolkit. If you look up for like certain, or not Mastercraft, is it Mastercraft? Yeah, it is Mastercraft. For some reason that kind of messed me up. But yeah, I just got a Mastercraft tool set from Canadian Tire. And if you look at certain, like around certain holidays, or even if you just go there, you'll find like these massive tool sets that are like 500 pieces, and they'll be on sale. I think I got my like 500 piece tool set, and it had all the drawer organizers. If you guys have ever seen my toolbox, like in any of my videos, where I had like complete sets of sockets and ratchets and wrenches and torque spits and everything you possibly imagine, and it had like every time I opened my drawers and it was all organized. That was a Mastercraft toolkit from Canadian Tire, and I think I got it for like $200 or $300, and it was like a $800 tool set. So they throw them on sale every once in a while because I think they come up with like a new version of them, and you can pick them up cheap. So I would say do that. As far as floor jack, again, since you're in Canada, probably just hit up Canadian Tire and look for something that's on sale. If you're in the States, my recommendation would be slightly different. I would say just go and get yourself some Harbor Freight tools, or go to like Sears and get like a Craftsman toolkit. So if you guys don't know, like when I was working in the storage unit before, and before I went to Canada to actually get my tool set, I was using like just your basic Craftsman toolkit, like I don't know, like 100 or 200 piece like folding plastic toolkit, and I did pretty much everything with that Craftsman toolkit. I had a wrench set from Harbor Freight, and pretty much it. And you can get a lot of stuff done with just those. And then if you're down here, I would say go get a forward jack from Harbor Freight. It's usually cheapest, most affordable, or cost-effective bet. Can you do a 5th gen front swap? It'll be so fire. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Canadian Tire sales are fire for beginners. Yeah, I mean, I don't even care. I mean, that tool stuff is good. I still run Canadian Tire Mastercraft tool sets. So like all my tools are all Canadian Tire Mastercraft stuff. My wrenches, my screwdrivers, and that stuff's been, I'm not trying to date myself, but I've been using that stuff for like 15 years. I got it when I was like 20 years old, and I'm, coming up on 35 here now. Kevin says, I definitely like the 5th gen conversion idea. The front end swap has been done, but with poor execution so far, I'm sure you could change that. Yeah, I'll try to do it as clean as possible, as you guys can imagine. Ronald says, best bet would be to buy a wrecked 5th gen for a complete interior and nose LED. Yeah, I'd have to do it. I know what you're saying, but it's not as easy as that. I have to get the interior out of a 5th gen 2500 or 3500. And then I would like to 1500 swap the front end and not 2500 swap the front end. I could do a 2500 front end swap, which would probably be easier since it's a 5th or 4th gen chassis. But I wanted to do a 5th gen 1500 front end. But for simplicity, I was going to run a 5th gen 25 or 3500 interior, since it would be a direct bolt in. So you'd have to buy like 2 trucks technically to do it the way I want to do. Anyone know what the new scissor clip thing is for, or what it does? It's in the same line. Yeah, you can I guess you can take clips out of YouTube videos. I haven't messed with it, but I saw it. But anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up here, you guys. My throat is dry from talking for an hour and a half, or whatever we've been talking for, and I want to get some late dinner in. So thanks for watching, guys. It's not Saturday night, it's Friday night. I'll change the title on this video. But maybe I'll go live again tomorrow. We got a ton of cool stuff on the way. Smash the thumbs up before you take off, and I'll see you guys on the next one.